Meghan Markle's second dive into the lifestyle docuseries world has officially landed, and the crash was impossible to ignore. Her follow-up to With Love, Meghan, marketed as the triumphant Part 2, was supposed to rebuild momentum after the lukewarm response to the first installment. Instead, it backfired spectacularly, leaving critics and viewers more unimpressed than ever. You'd think that after such mixed reviews the first time, someone on her team would have hit pause, reevaluated, and come back stronger. But no, Meghan doubled down. What we got is a stale, over-edited, out-of-touch sequel that feels like it's been gathering dust on a hard drive for over a year. The release that made no sense. One of the first red flags was the release strategy, or really the lack of one. Instead of staggering her projects to give each moment room to shine, Meghan dropped 3 major updates in a single day. New Netflix episodes, a fresh round of As Ever products, and a high-profile interview with Bloomberg. Some say it was a calculated move. Flood the news cycle so no single backlash dominates. But the public isn't naive. Reviews rolled in anyway, and they were brutal. The trailer alone revealed the problem. A staggering 91% dislike ratio on YouTube, paired with thousands of sarcastic comments. Viewers weren't fooled by the glossy marketing push. Netflix tried to spin it as highly anticipated, but it came off more like reheated leftovers dressed up as fine dining. Editing woes and stale footage. If the content itself felt odd, the editing made it worse. The trailer looked like a patchwork quilt of chopped phrases and awkward pauses. Voiceovers were plastered over unnecessary scenes. Filler shots dragged endlessly, and the cuts were so abrupt they almost felt like jump scares. The reason? The entire 2-part series was filmed back-to-back in summer 2024 with no opportunity to adapt based on audience feedback. Instead of refining for season 2, Meghan delivered a pre-packaged product that was outdated before it even aired. And it shows. The conversations, the visuals, even the aesthetic choices all feel stuck in the past, with none of the freshness or evolution audiences expect from a new season. Manufactured whimsy, missing authenticity. The show leans heavily on a polished, whimsical tone, but it doesn't feel real. At one point, Meghan says, "I'm so glad you're here to teach me," a line so obviously staged it highlights the biggest problem: the lack of authenticity. From the guests to the dialogue, nothing feels natural. Instead of genuine connections, we get a mix of filler appearances. A childhood friend, a makeup artist, and industry insiders most viewers don't recognize. And then there's the head-turning cameo, Chrissy Teigen. Meghan and Harry have long positioned themselves as champions of online kindness and anti-bullying. So bringing in someone once at the center of cyberbullying scandals feels not only confusing, but downright hypocritical. Confused identity and awkward hosting. The heart of the problem is that with Love, Meghan doesn't seem to know what it wants to be. Is it a cozy homemaker series? A PR project? A lifestyle empire launchpad? It tries to be all 3 and ends up being none of them. The pacing drags, the conversations feel forced, and Meghan's style as a host leans more rehearsed than warm. Even when talking about food, supposedly the soul of the show, she struggles to sound natural. Instead of inviting, it comes across as performative. And while Harry's name comes up often, his actual presence is non-existent. For a show meant to reflect their shared life, his absence is glaring. It's like buying a couple's cookbook and realizing only one person ever steps into the kitchen. The failed lifestyle empire. The timing of the series was also meant to boost Meghan's As Ever product line. But instead of selling out, the collection has mostly sat in silence. She hyped the launch during her Bloomberg interview, claiming they had scaled inventory for massive demand. In reality, the response has been underwhelming at best. Even the wine launch, which boasted 10,000 bottles sold in a day, fizzled under scrutiny. In the wine industry, that's barely a footnote, not a victory. Critics aren't holding back. Mainstream reviewers have been just as harsh as online audiences. The Guardian called it painfully contrived. The Telegraph said it was only marginally less bad than season 1. The Times bluntly described it as a series in search of meaning. The message is clear. The show doesn't know what it's trying to be. A bigger problem than backlash. And here's the irony. The real danger to Meghan's brand isn't the backlash anymore, it's indifference. People aren't tuning in because they're excited or inspired, they're tuning in just to see the train wreck. And when that curiosity fades, silence will follow. In the celebrity world,